I'm new. I'm here with
Belle, Kitty,
and Chloe. And we have got a super fun craft for you. Always excited, huh? What I have here is, we're calling it a beaded keychain. Let me hold it up for you here. We've got our beads going, and then you can see kind of at the bottom we've got some knots there. What we have going on here is, this kind of may look like, I've heard them called bead buddies, bead budgies. What else have you heard? It's bead pets. Oh, there's a whole bunch of different names. They're looking at me funny. I've heard a whole bunch of different names for these. This is just a basic keychain. This is where we're going to start learning how to make our little bead friends. It's just a simple line. That's why we're just saying it's keychain, because that's what it looks like.
You can attach it to a bag.
Right. I do think that would look awesome on my day pack that I take to camp. My in-person camp, huh? Okay, so what we have here is we have the lark's head here. We have several square knots, and then we have a figure 8 knot, and you really can't see that at all. And those different knots, we have a whole stack of little square knots to just to keep it from coming undone. I've had these come undone before. And then the figure 8s in case it starts to unravel. I've seen a lot of these sorts of things done with that plastic cording, and I had one, and Kitty here made it for me, and I loved it, and it was great. And then I was putting my bag in the car. It was like 2 or 3 years ago, and then just this year I was putting my bag in the car, and it broke. The plastic cording just gave up and broke, and the beads went everywhere, and we're still picking them up because they were outside in the driveway. So we like the, instead of the plastic cording, we like the fabric kind of cording. We put the knots at the end so it won't fray. So, I think that's all I had to say about that. Campers, you ready to learn to see? No, we got to see what we need to make our beaded keychain. You ready?
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, for those of you that got a camp kit, this is what your envelope is going to look like this year. As we said, we figured out recently that some of our envelopes were looking different year when we repeat some stuff.
Yeah.
So, this is what it looks like this year. It may come out a different year, look a little different. This is the first time for us, though. You see here it says Tuesday, and it has, I see it on the back, this nice pink flowery tape. We went crazy with the tape, didn't we? So, we'll need our envelope, and I'll show you what's in there in a minute. I will start out with the extra things you may need, and actually I'll start out with my envelope. I'll go ahead and open that up. I want to be careful with this. The first thing that we're going to have in here is our keychain, just a little ring there. You could use a hook, some of those keychain hooks, just any sort of thing to attach that to if you didn't get a camp kit. We have it's 24 inches, so 2 feet. You may not need that much, but we're going to make sure in case it started to fray. Just some cording. It's kind of thin. And then I have some beads in here, about 12 beads. Kind of show you in there. Don't let them slip out. Now, we sometimes will have a little cup or something to put our beads in while we're working. So I'll just slide that in there so I don't lose my beads. The other things that we need is that some people like to attach their bead buddy to a clipboard while they work. They feel it's easier, it's not as fiddly. You can do it that way. It also keeps it, if you're working on something more complicated, then it keeps it right side up. And for the front side facing you so you're not confused when they get really complicated and two-sided. The next thing you may need is a ruler. To measure out. I mean, just guessing is good enough. And then, yes, scissors are the next thing that we need. Now, scissors, if you want to cut some of this off, I just liked it hanging there, and we thought it kind of looked like some legs running away, which was super silly. Reminds me, what are those cakes stacked on their head or something? Yeah. I don't know. So, it was just fun. So, cover your table. Kitty's telling me to cover my table before I forget. Since we do have since we're scissors out, I like to cover the table so we don't end up scratching the table. So, campers, you ready to see how to make your cute little beaded keychain?
Yeah!
Awesome. There's our thing, yeah. It's printed in blue. Oh, printer thing this year, huh? Well, get it right eventually. Right. Okay, so we're going to start by taking our keychain ring. Now, the only little tip or trick I have is if you see right there. Yeah, where it's not blurry. That's where it kind of connects. So I like to attach my knot over here, and then that way it slides better. Okay, so we're going to take our cord and match up our two ends. And then we're going to slide all the way down for our loop. We're going to take our loop through like that. And again, you can double check. We'll link our videos down on how to tie these knots. So we're going to take those ends and pull them through. So if you don't remember exactly how, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time tying a knot right now. So there we go. So there's our lark's head knot. And what we're going to do is we're going to split our little strings. We're going to take our first bead. And here's the trick, okay? You can see our bead. You can kind of see through our bead, can't you? Okay, so we're going to put our cord through this way. And it's coming out that way. And then we're going to kind of hold it in our hand. And we want the other cord to come from the other direction. So we'll go this way with this cord. Okay, so now you see what we have is it's gone through both beads. Kind of see through that bead a little bit so you can see the X. And I'll just pull it and work it all the way down. And then there it is on our cord. So kind of slightly sideways there. There we go. So there's what it looks like. There's our lark's head. We've gone through. I will grab one more bead and show you again. So this is neat because this design doesn't. So this one, you can see it passing through there, can't you? That's kind of cool. Okay, so we're going to go this way. And of course, left hand, right hand, it all works the same for this. You go back and forth and use both hands. And I think that's kind of fun about this. So we just keep going like that. And I would keep going, going, going. Now we're going to pretend all the beads are on. So we're going to tie our knot at the end. Okay, so you know what? Give me just a second. Okay, I've put them all on. I knew y'all didn't want to see that even in fast forward. So I put all the beads on, and now I'm going to take that. The cords were just so long to try and tie before. Okay, so we're going to say right over left and twirl that under. And remember, the key is that once it crosses that halfway, you keep pulling it in that way. And then left over right, and you twirl it under. And as I said, I've always liked the way the knots look when they stack on each other. So I tied like 5 of them. I don't know. I just seem to have trouble with some of this cord coming untied. So, and I just think it looks cool. So, okay, after you get however many knots that you want, I would recommend 3, maybe 4. As I said, I like the way it looks. So you're done with that. Now this is a little something. If your ends were fraying, you could put a little piece of clear tape on there. Do something like that. You could try doing glue or something, but that really takes forever to dry and it kind of gets impatient waiting. So I would just recommend some tape. You could cut the end. That's part of the reason why we left these a little long. Just cut the little frayed end off and go. But now we do have an end that may tend to fray. So now we're going to tie our figure 8 stopper knot and hold that up close. So what we're going to do, you fold it over, remember, loop on top, wrap it around the back. And look, fingers all in the way. And then you stuff it in the little belly there and you pull it tight. So I will show that to you again. Fold it over. I'll show it to you left-handed. How about that? Kind of looks the same, only with a different hand. So you've got the loop on the top, wrap it around the back. I'm still doing it right-handed, aren't I? It's because it takes both hands to tie this knot, huh? And then just go ahead and pull it through. And there is your beaded keychain. And as we said, we can work on some harder ones. Once you get that back and forth motion of this, then you can do harder ones, you know, with beads. What was yours? A frog you gave me?
A turtle.
A turtle. I know it was something like that.
I've done 2 ducks.
Oh, you've done others. You've done them too, Belle?
Yes.
Chloe said that she'd made a frog. I think that's where it was. She made a frog. That's what I was thinking. So, campers, you ready to make your beaded keychain?
Yeah!
Awesome. And we're finished. So, you can see they're all a little different. Let's see, I made that one and that one and that one. I had made the examples for this craft. Sometimes the other campers make them. This time I did. This one here is Kitty. No, that one's Chloe's. This one's Kitty's. You can see she kind of did a bit of a rainbow kind of thing going on with the colors she had. Mine's kind of a little, this one here is a pattern. And then Belle's also is a bit of a pattern. So I'll hold those up close. You can see our different little knots. So you could, of course, trim those if you wanted to. We just kind of like to leave them long. And so, with that being said, don't forget to clean up your mess and have fun. So we'll see you later. Bye.